Well, hello again. Thursday, June 18th. I'm going to start this video out by describing where I am because I think it's sort of relevant this time around. I'm in southern Ontario, a little town called Acton. We're about 40 minutes from downtown Toronto. We're considered part of the GTA, the Greater Toronto Area, but we are rural. I made a previous video about people that marched and protested in Georgetown last weekend for Black Lives Matter. I gather they've had peaceful protests, walks, demonstrations, whatever you want to call them, in some of the surrounding towns, Milton, Guelph. Well, I really got to think it's the wrong thing to do. Canada, arguably, is one of the least racist places with racial problems in the world. Toronto prides itself on being more multiculturally diverse than any other city in the world. Now, I'm not saying black lives don't matter, and that there aren't some issues. Certainly there are. But you watch what's going on down in the States with these protests, and they're escalating in their violence, in the almost a surety of violence. You watch people, they're sneaking cameras into these protests. These guys are going in with bats, hatchets. They're going to a peaceful protest armed. Well, I don't think they intend on staying peaceful if you go in armed, do you? And then look what happens. Looting, raping, pillaging, killing, beating. It's not a peaceful protest. I was watching one just today, and down in the States. Oh, it started out peaceful, but all it takes is one guy to get up and start ranting and raving. Get that mob mentality stirred up. And then a moderate comes up and goes, "Hey, dude, this isn't what we're here for. Slow down." Knuckles him in the face. Now the fists and the furs flying. No more peaceful demonstration. And the long run of it all is, it works totally counterintuitively towards solving or bringing to light or curing any racial issues that still remain in our society. You know, people sit back and go, "Well, look at them. They just burnt their own town down. Yeah, they stole a TV and burnt the hydro substation. Stupid niggers." Hey, I'm going to use the N-word. Yes, I will. And I'll come to the why in a moment. But that's the mentality that a riot instills. Someone who's sitting on the fence with their prejudices, sees this stuff. Now, they start to use the N-word that I just used. And you see on the internet, a lot of black people posting in the States from every walk of life, from a housewife, a small business owner, a fireman, a policeman. They're saying, don't do this. You're undoing 100 years of progress towards racial harmony. Yeah, we're not quite there. It's an imperfect world. But this isn't one step backwards. This is a big, big, big strides backwards, this whole foolishness. And if you or I, as a white person, goes out, thinks we're going to, say, "Hey, I'm not prejudiced, I'm going to march along with them," it's just fuel to the fire. These peaceful demonstrations, the violence is escalating in the States. And don't think because this is Canada that it's not going to happen here. There's a lot of things happening here we never thought would happen in Canada. You take a look at Seattle. Antifa and the Black Lives Matter have taken over, I don't know how many city blocks it is, the mayor is sitting back saying, oh, they're just having a festival, leave them alone. They've got 8,000 citizens captive within that zone, and now they're going to the door and saying, give us your money and your food and your dope and your daughter and whatever else we want, or we're just going to beat you and take it anyways. Pretty ugly situation in Seattle. Now, some people are going to argue that Black Lives Matter really isn't a big player in with that. It's Antifa. I don't know. I got no judgment on that, but what's public perception as to how much Black Lives Matter has to do with that? Do we want any of that here in Canada? No, we don't. Does it do anything towards promoting racial harmony? Again, I argue the exact opposite. And what do you think? If you're a black person, what do you think's going to happen? The cops, the police are quitting in droves. They're walking off their jobs down there, and I don't blame them. Who can? And you think if the government sends in troops to clean up this social anarchy, you think the cops were bad for cracking heads? Wait till you see what these guys do. They're just going to come in and they're not going to care whether you're a black businessman, a black policeman, black firefighter. They're just going to see you as black. And they're going to say, nigger, caused this mess, sweep them up. Black people, I mean, I realize it's not all. It's a small minority of, well, militant idiots is what it is. And they're doing more harm. Again, they're undoing 100 years of progress. And it's a damn shame. And I could go into how it exacerbates everything else we have escalating and social problems in our society, political problems in our society. So I say to you people, my fellow Canadians, be you white or black, don't get behind this. It's not doing you any good. And if you're white, I mean, I got a good black buddy. I don't see him much anymore. He's retired now. I miss him. But I don't think I'd be doing him any favors at all to go in one of these protests, and certainly not carrying a bat in my backsack. So that's my take on it, people. Black lives do matter, no more or less than anybody else's. But they're not doing themselves any favors, and we're not going to be doing them or ourselves any favors by contributing to this foolishness. So, smarten up. Have a look. Take care.